New York State's Department of Environmental Conservation released a new proposal aimed to help offset negative impacts on threatened and endangered species during renewable energy construction. As a part of legislation passed in 2020 and 2024, the DEC created an Endangered and Threatened Species Mitigation Bank Fund, which helps large-scale renewable energy projects meet mitigation requirements on impacted species. With this proposal, the DEC says that it should move along the speed of the application.
The state is really interested in getting renewable sources of energy online as quickly as possible. So this is an opportunity for projects that fall into this category to essentially get through a portion of the compliance and application process a little bit quicker.
There is a public comment period that ends on January 15th, 2025. More information on this project can be found on our website, WB.